但係當我哋講嘅工業革命一開始嘅時候呢，就發現一樣嘢啦，發現咗就係如果原來呢個世界，聽住咯，原來呢個世界呢係冇晒任何醫藥嘅話，如果呢個世界完全冇晒任何嘅金屬嘅話，如果呢個世界冇晒我哋所講任何能源嘅話，如果淨係選擇有一樣嘢嘅話，去取替晒呢啲，而並且仲要比佢哋更加平更加好嘅係乜嘢呢？就係麻啦。你知唔知道？可能大家唔知道呢，你而家日日坐住架名貴車，用住一個好重型嘅 engine，孭住一個鐵殼，日本嗰啲就鐵皮殼，呢個係個好大嘅陰謀嚟嘅。你知唔知道喺半個世紀前，用麻做出嚟嘅車殼係用鐵錘都打唔甩嘅，佢係輕過我哋所講嘅碳纖維嘅。
亨利·福特，共濟會成員，係美國汽車工程師同埋企業家福特汽車公司嘅建立者。佢亦係世界上第一位成功咁樣將裝配線概念實際應用而取得巨大嘅成就，因此曾經成為世界上其中一位最富有嘅人，而且以呢種方式令到汽車喺美國真正普及化。呢種新嘅生產方式使汽車成為一種大眾產品。佢唔單止改革咗工業生產方式，而且對現代社會同埋文化起咗巨大嘅影響。因此，有一啲社會理論學家將呢一段經濟同埋社會歷史稱為福特主義。亨利·福特係一位具有發明家精神嘅工業家。佢從細個開始就對機械感興趣。12歲嘅時候，佢花咗好多時間建立咗一個自己嘅機械坊。15歲嘅時候，佢親手做咗一台內燃機。1891年，福特成為愛迪生照明公司嘅一個工程師。當佢喺1893年晉升為主工程師後，佢有足夠嘅時間同埋金錢嚟進行佢個人對內燃機嘅研究。1896年，佢製造咗佢嘅第一架汽車，佢將佢命名為4輪車。1908年，福特公司推出咗福特 T 型車。從1909年至1913年，福特嘅 T 型車喺好多次比賽裏面獲勝。同年，福特將流水線引入佢嘅工廠，從而大幅提高咗生產量，並首次引申出後來喺工業上發揚光大嘅量產概念。1918年，喺美國行駛嘅半數汽車係 T 型車，呢個設計一直被保持到1927年。到1927年，福特公司一共生產咗1500萬部 T 型車。直到45年之後，呢個世界紀錄先至被打破。上世紀嘅20年代，普遍汽車都係用電油同埋柴油行駛，但當時亨利·福特已經認為植物所提煉嘅乙醇先至係真正未來嘅燃料。一畝番薯田一年所能出量嘅乙醇，足夠一輛汽車使用1年。呢個係出自亨利·福特口中嘅名言。亨利·福特一直對於用植物纖維做嘅塑膠物料嚟做汽車嘅零件好有興趣。喺1942年1月13日，福特完成咗一部幾乎全部由植物纖維做嘅塑膠物料組成嘅車嘅專利，並且生產咗一部實驗汽車。而大麻纖維係呢一部汽車其中一個主要嘅成分，而呢一部汽車所用嘅亦係以植物油作為燃料，而大麻油亦係當中一種重要嘅成分。佢比一般嘅車要輕30%，可以承受一般鋼鐵做嘅車多10倍嘅衝擊力。甚至有報道指出，實際上第一架福特 T 型車嘅原型係用大麻纖維造成嘅，亦係以大麻油作為燃料。而大麻油作為燃料，亦比石油所提煉嘅電油同埋柴油更加安全同埋更加清潔，對汽車引擎亦都更好。可惜呢架車從未正式被大量生產出嚟。
Henry Ford's first Model T was built to run on hemp gasoline, and the car itself was constructed from hemp. On his large estate, Ford was photographed among his hemp fields. The car, grown from the soil, had hemp plastic panels whose impact strength was 10 times stronger than steel. Henry Ford ran 40,000 vehicles on hemp fuel from only 10,000 acres. The emissions are what you exhale, and the next year's crop reconverts it back into oxygen. That's a natural cycle fuel. We think that our ethanol and biofuels and flex fuel systems are all the cutting edge, But biofuel development, of course, is nothing new. Way back in the 1930s, Henry Ford was hard at work in the alternative fuel sector, and in 1941 he constructed a hemp-fueled and hemp-bodied prototype car. The plastic body panels were composed of 70% cellulose fibers, including industrial strength, mixed with a resin binder, and apparently they were pretty sturdy. A guy beats on the trunk with an axe and it fails to leave a mark. Industrial hemp won't make you high. It has no THC in it, but its association with marijuana has historically been a major legal stumbling block. But the actual footage of 1941 should be proof enough for you.
Amongst the thousands of products made from hemp, one of the most extraordinary is Henry Ford's plastic car. Built in 1941, it contained cellulose fibers derived from hemp, sisal, and wheat straw. The plastic was lighter than steel, yet could withstand 10 times the impact without denting.
可惜大麻纖維用嚟造車嘅用途，因為一個陰謀而被人遺忘咗幾十年。到咗2010年同埋2013年，一間加拿大汽車公司 Castrol EV 發表咗2部用大麻纖維所造成嘅電動汽車。
Well, something old is new again. A new electric car made of hemp is being developed by a group of Canadian companies working in conjunction with the Canadian government. The Kestrel will be prototyped and tested this fall by Calgary-based Motive Industries Incorporated, a high-tech auto manufacturer. Now, this compact car, which seats 4, will have a top speed of 90 kilometers or about 56 miles an hour and a range of up to 100 miles before needing to be recharged. The car's body will be made of an impact-resistant composite material produced from mats of, you guessed it, hemp. The hemp is also being grown in Canada. Now, Henry Ford was the first to build a car made of hemp fiber and resin back in the 1930s. That was more than half a century ago, but the idea wasn't developed much further as cannabis prohibition went into effect in 1937 and car manufacturers favored other materials such as steel. But in the last 25 years, fiberglass and carbon fiber-based composites have gained popularity as materials for automobiles because they are strong and lighter weight. But producing composites from glass or carbon requires intense heat and multiple chemical processes, making them very energy intensive. In contrast, plant-based fibers like hemp is grown in a field using only the energy of the sun. As a structural material, hemp is about twice the strength of other plant fibers. It doesn't require much water or pesticide, and it also produces a high yield and grows well in Canada. Nathan Armstrong, president of Motive Industries Incorporated, adds, and I quote, "It's illegal to grow cannabis in the U.S., so it actually gives Canada a bit of a market advantage," end quote. The U.S. does, however, allow the import of processed hemp. We here at Cannabis Planet applaud the effort of the Canadian government and their private industry partners. But we can't help but question the wisdom of our own government for continuing to prohibit cannabis, particularly in these trying financial times. This amazing plant can be used as a food, fuel, fiber, and medicine. It creates new jobs, promotes industry, and generates new tax revenues. It's time for the politicians in Washington to wake up and smell the, well, you know where I'm going with this. For Cannabis Planet, I'm Pat Finnerty. Now make it a great evening.
你知唔知而家由有車開始到而家，任何一個俾喺汽車當中車禍當中撞死嘅每一個人，佢應該追翻條命去追翻呢一班擺陰謀落去嘅人。
Be a valuable part of a sustainable energy future.